where this place is. I'm back in Atlanta. Got here, and then my flight from here to Boston got delayed by like an hour. The reason? There was tornado weather earlier. And when I checked the weather before I left, it did not look like that was the case. So, whatever. I'm still getting into Boston before midnight, which, well, I shouldn't say anything. I should keep my mouth shut. Don't want to jinx it. Anyways, it's been a fairly easy day of travel. Nothing terrible, crazy is going on. Fingers crossed for it being the same way back on Thursday. But yeah, so far so good. Just chilling. Oh my gosh, I finally made it. All in all, even with the delay in Atlanta, it was not bad. Not a bad travel day. We still got in a little earlier than, I am shaky, what was scheduled for, even with the delayed flight. So, yay. I think we were supposed to get here at like 9:45 and got in at 9:25. So, not too bad. I'm just happy to be arriving here before midnight, to be completely honest with you. I actually slept a little on the plane, which was nice. Go on napping. And, yeah. So, I had a couple of you have asked me this question, so I'll answer it. And the question is, why do I go all the way to Boston, all the way to the other side of the country to get treatment? And kind of to answer that question, we almost have to go all the way back to 2012 when I was diagnosed. California and the West Coast in general didn't have options for me, including turning me down for a liver transplant way back then, because I was diagnosed at stage 4, which, you know, I guess makes sense. The consensus then was, who's going to give a liver to somebody who's got cancer elsewhere in their body, and, you know, it's kind of not worth it for them to give a liver to somebody who's going to die anyway, was the thinking. Well, I'm still here. This year is actually going to be 12 years of diagnosis. I got my liver in Wisconsin in 2016, and I do have videos on my channel of that whole process, if you ever want to watch. So, in 2013, back when we had even less options as rare cancer patients then than we do now, you know, we've really come a long, long, long way in 12 years. I did a clinical trial back in 2013 at Dana-Farber Cancer Institute in Boston, because that was the only place doing a clinical trial for EHE patients. And the closest trial to me that was this trial that I'm doing was in Texas, but my oncologist in California, or he's in Oregon, actually referred me to this doctor out here in Boston, because he knew I'd be willing to travel for it, and he knows this doctor, and he was in contact with this doctor. This doctor actually worked under my oncologist for a while. Funny enough, the oncologist who I have in Oregon was the oncologist who was running the trial at Dana-Farber that I did in 2013. So, it's a big kind of circle of why. But that's the short answer. You know, basically, it's not my only option, but it's my preferred option. For me, personally, California has not provided me with the greatest of treatment, and we can get into stories about that later in another video. I've received the most amazing care in Boston in the past and present, and you know, there'll be times when I probably come back and do this again once this trial's over. We'll see. So that's why. It's a pretty simple answer. I don't feel like I've gotten the best care in my own side of the states, so I come to the other side of the states. And the East Coast, in my opinion, for me personally, has just been the best. Patient care wise, treatment option wise. You know, I know that's not the case for everybody, but this is my personal story. It's no real hate or disrespect to doctors and facilities on the West Coast. This is just what works best for me. So that's the answer to that question. My day starts early tomorrow with an MRI at 7:45. That's for my brain. And then I have my appointments. And then I have a CT scan of the, I think, lungs and abdomen around 4 tomorrow. So it'll be a long day at the hospital. And then I'm going to fly home the next day. So today's Thursday, appointments all day Wednesday, fly home Thursday. This is... And it's funny because it's a quick trip to most. It's a long trip for me. The irony of my life, I guess. So, anyways, I think I'm going to leave it at that for tonight. I know I didn't give you a lot of travel, but I can't bring myself to vlog in front of people because it looks weird when you're talking to yourself on a camera around a crowd. I don't know. I guess it feels vain. It feels vain. And I don't feel that way about other people if I see them doing it, but I feel like people are gonna judge me. So that's why you don't see a lot of me like in public areas, like vlogging. That's why. I'll try and work on that. Not let those inner feelings of being judged get to me. So, yeah. That works. Okay. So, I had my MRI earlier this morning, and now I am sitting in infusion, waiting. I had my lab tests. I peed in a cup, and now I am waiting for the urine results to come back, and then they'll give me the medication, and I'll see the doctor. I believe that's the order of operations. I have to tell you, my shoulder hurts so bad today. It is like a 7 out of 10, and that leaves me a little bit worried for this trial, because if it's hurting, is the drug still helping? Is it doing what it's supposed to be doing? What's the doctor gonna say about that? I'll probably ask him for something to help, because I did take 2 Aleve this morning before I even left the hotel, and it hasn't touched it. So, we'll see what they say. In the meantime, I'm just sitting around, waiting, hanging out. Hurry up and wait. We know how that goes. And I'll update you when I can.
Hi friends, I just needed to put a little aside here, and I didn't get my scan results at these appointments. Part of the reason for that is because my CT scan was after my appointments, and my MRI results were not back by the time I had my appointment that day. So, you're not going to get my scan results this video, I'm sorry. And then I came home and unfortunately tested positive for COVID 2 days later. So, I don't know if I'm going to make my appointment this week. I don't really want to fly with COVID, but we'll see what happens. I guess we'll find out next week. But I just wanted to put that in there so that you're not sitting here expecting scan results in this video where they're not going to be. Okay, keep watching. Sorry for interrupting.
Okay, I drank my contrast. I took my bra off, and now it's time for my chest and abdominal CT. They're gonna try and get my shoulder to really well visualized so that they can see if there's anything additional going on. But it's pretty frozen today. That's my biggest complaint, it's frozen. It's 4:30 in the morning, and I am waiting on my lift to get to the airport. And then I'll be flying home. Yay! I'm tired. But I got a decent amount of sleep last night, so not as tired as I could be, which is nice. I actually went to bed. I don't even know when. I think I just laid down and passed out, to be honest with you. Not a bad thing. Quick trips. Quick trips. I have to laugh at myself a little bit because my mom's one of those get to the airport 2 hours before your flight kind of people, which is smart. I can't blame her. But on average, I've been getting to the airport about a half an hour before I have to board. So far, it's worked out. But I don't doubt that one of these trips it's going to bite me in the ass. Especially the big airports like Boston, where I'm at now. There's one thing that really sucks about having a rare cancer. It's that you get to know everybody, and they become like your family. And so when somebody passes away, it's extra hard. I'll miss you. Thanks for watching.